Hi guys. I was recently asked a question in regards to one of my videos on the occult, and the question was along the lines of, how do you find all this stuff? How do you know all this stuff? What books are good for research as far as the occult, sorcery, magic, etc. There's quite a few books out there, and the trick is learning how to separate the bullshit from the stuff that is actually well thought out and intelligently written, because for every book out there that has validity inside of it, there's going to be 10 books right beside it that are utter fucking crap. One book, I tend to stay away from this publisher, Llewellyn's source book series. I tend to stay away from the publisher. Just because they publish a lot of that fairy dust bullshit crap that's so popular. But this book was suggested to me by one of the people who is far more knowledgeable in the occult than I am, that I know here in town. And it is called Godwin's Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. Now, what this has inside of it is references, names, qualities of energies, words, etc., seals, sigils. It's a really good. It also has a lot of numerology in it, specifically Hebrew numerology in it. So I mean, it's rather extensive in like, for example, here it has like lots of the numerology stuff in it, but it's quite extensive. Another one that I would suggest, simply because it assists one in developing the use of one's will, and the will to power is what is going to help you become successful, because a lot of times people think of will as something that you push out there and you force your whims on the universe. That's not necessarily what we're talking about. When you have a will to power, what you do is you're focusing on changing yourself so that you can adapt more successfully to the circumstances around you. One of my favorites, the book The Law is for All, Aleister Crowley, and this is an authorized popular commentary edited by Lewis Wilkinson, and it's got quite a bit of commentary in here. Let's see. Okay, here's a good quote. "Truth is so terrible to these detestable mockeries of humanity that the thought of self is a realization of hell. Therefore they fly to drink and drugs as to anesthetize in surgical operation of introspection. The craving for these things is caused by the internal misery which their use reveals to the slave souls. If a man is simple, fearless, eager, he is all right. He will not become a slave. If he is afraid, he is already a slave." Great book, great book. And I would also complement that with, let's see, where's that book? Okay, can't find it at the moment. Yeah, Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. That's a good one, because most of what magic is, most of what sorcery is being able to pull the divine energy from yourself and use it to affect the world. And even if you can't affect the world, you can at least affect yourself. Say you're in a bad social circumstance, and you're around people who just aren't that healthy to be around. You can't change them, but you can definitely change yourself in order to free yourself from the need to be around those kinds of people. But yeah, there's quite a few books. Another good one is Angels, Gods, and Demons of the New Millennium by Lon Milo DeCat. This is, let's see if this is my older copy. Yeah, this is an older copy. I found the newer copies in bookstores, and they don't have the fold out that this one does. And this fold out is of the Angels of the Shemha Mefresh and the Demons of the Goetia. How they correspond with the 72-letter name of God and the various cards in the tarot deck. Newer books don't have this. I'm not really sure why. If you want some more information on that, it's easy enough to find, and I am most certainly going to do some more videos on that because knowledge is power. So, yeah. But yeah, there's all kinds of good books. Sadly, we don't read in this country anymore, so yeah, it's some of the stuff that I use, and this is by no means my full collection. I've got like 10 tubs or more of books sitting in a storage unit, so I mean, it's like, yeah, hopefully I get a hold of those. But yeah, start out with the basics, have some discernment, know what's crap, know what's the good stuff. Eventually you'll figure it out and you'll have some real success as far as changing your life for the better.